Guys, can you see me? I have breaking news that you're not going to believe. This is extraordinary and extraordinarily important to you to hear if you have been following the Kyle Appleford saga, of which he has really kind of been going downhill since his followers have started to go against him in comments en masse in the last few months. The breaking news is that Kyle has now finally, after months of pleading, after thousands of comments telling him he should do this, has finally decided that he is going to start and post all future videos on his own account that is not associated with Jenny's cancer journey. So isn't that great to hear? Isn't it wonderful that he'll finally have enough respect for the mother of his children, who is now deceased, and her family, and all her followers, and all people that cared about her, to actually post his new fiance and their wonderful, beautiful love life on a new channel that isn't monetized? That isn't monetized to the degree that Jenny's was? Isn't it great? It would be if it was true. But there's just not as much money to make on that journey. If he was to go that way, he'd actually have to take a cut to the pay that he makes from YouTube. And you know what? That is more important than anything to Kyle. Money is more important to Kyle than Kyle himself. Money is more important to Kyle than his children's stability, emotional stability. Because we all know that they really appear that they would prefer to probably not be shown on camera, but you know, some dollar bills, y'all. But sorry that I had to joke around and make you think that Kyle was actually going to do the right thing about creating on his own page. I doubt that day will ever come. It's just not a good business decision for Kyle. So no matter what you tell him, no matter, there are so many followers who probably gave him so much money in the past, like through his GoFundMe and through donations on the channel, and then just through watching an accumulation of comments, so much money and investment of people. And you know what? He completely disregards everything they say, all of their pleas. Have respect for Jenny and her memory, and for your own children who are going to come back and watch this journey, to not put your new fiance and your new love life and all the times you tell her she's the most beautiful thing in the whole world. They don't want to see it, and we don't want to see it, and we've been following this page for years. But he needs to have those comments because they equal money, and he needs money so that he can fund a lifestyle that being a teacher just doesn't afford. Because you know what? How would he ever fly out every other weekend to another state to see his fiance? How would he be able to, afford flowers to send her, and, go to baseball games, and, fly out to Hawaii and just pick up an RV anytime you want and get a spa in your house? How could he do it without the views? He can't. He wouldn't be able to. And he knows that he is so unlikable at this point that if he was to create a new channel, people just aren't going to follow him like they did Jenny. He's not Jenny. He never will be. And you know what? That means his pocketbook is going to take a hit.